Hello. I actually forgot one thing to do was explain it. When I say next time we're going to Trode, I forgot to mention about vacant plots and like what they do. So I decided to do Trode here, and we'll do a free mode and edit every square to be a vacant plot. And then I decided to just play as Daisy, Luigi, Peach, and Mario just to demonstrate what they would do and such. So it's like in some of the maps, some in Tour, some maps will have vacant plots, but usually not like all of them, but like a few squares will have them. Default. I mean, in free mode you can always like change the amount, how much you want, or have all of them. So what a vacant plot is basically, as the game says, you can develop a variety of buildings and attractions. To acquire one, you just gotta land on it, as if it's like a shop. So we're just gonna go ahead and just land on this one. So when you stop here, it's gonna ask you would you like to build on vacant land. Now note, you need at least 200 gold to build one of them, mostly any of them. There's one that costs 1,000, but I'll explain about when that should be bought later. So we're gonna click yes. So here are the options. You got checkpoint, circus tent, balloon port, tax office, home, state agency, and then the 3-star shop. So as you can see, mostly all of them except for one is 200 gold to buy. Hence why I mentioned you should have 200 gold when building these. The last one 1,000, you want to build this like much later in the game. So now I'm going to go ahead and explain each one from top up. So the first thing you have is a checkpoint. Pretty much, when you own, as the game will show you, when you own the checkpoint, you can land on it, you can invest capital in one of your shops. Hitting the plus button will switch to people that do not own the checkpoint. In which, as you see, it says you have to pay a toll to pass through. So the thing is, it starts off at a 10 gold toll rate. And then each time the owner or each player passes, the toll will go up by 10 gold. So, and then again, if you own the checkpoint, you won't pay the toll at all. You'll just raise it up as you pass or land on it. While for opponents, he or she will have to pay the toll, and then the toll will go up will still go up. Now, this also goes for cameos too, where like Gumdrops, Heel Slime, and Lakitu, they also boost the checkpoint toll when they pass it too. Gumdrops is the only one that pays it, while Lakitu just closes it up while increasing the toll, and Heel Slime increases the toll only, and he just doesn't do anything to the shop or the checkpoint. As I will try to show it here, so like here's what happens when you build it. So you see, it starts off with a flat 10 gold toll rate. And then you can always pull up the info from it. Now I'm not sure if I can pass this Luigi, let's see. Well actually I can show it. So here's what happens when you just like land on it or pass into it. So it's going to show Luigi paying 10 gold to Daisy directly through the checkpoint. And as you can see, the toll is now 20 gold. So if I were to like end Luigi's turn here, then Mario or Peach will have to pay 20 gold when they come to the checkpoint. But if I do not end my turn going to the checkpoint, it'll just revert back to normal. And also get my money back. So yeah, that's for checkpoint. Now, I'll go ahead and show the next one, which is a circus tent. Where, if you own a circus tent, or the circus, you can actually land on it and expand the size of the big top. You can expand up to it where it has a max capital of 300 gold. The rule is the objective is to land on it 3 times to invest in it 3 times, each with 100 gold per investment. Now, each time you invest in the circus tent, the price increases significantly. Where it starts off at 100 gold, then when the owner invests in it once, it will go up to 500 gold. And then again, it will go to 1,000, and then for the third and final investment, it will go up to a max of 2,000. Now, the price is for pretty much, of course, the players that do not own the circus tent, which all they do is they just buy the ticket to watch the show. Whether it's 100 gold, 500 gold, 1,000 gold, or 2,000 gold. It's pretty much based on how many times the owner invested in the circus tent. As yeah, circus tent is that's all for circus tent. That'll show off building it. So it starts off with a flat 100 gold, and now you see the max capital is 300. As remember, landing on it, you can only pay 100 gold to invest in it to make it go up to 500, then 1,000, then 2,000. To make show tickets cost that high. Now go ahead and build the next vacant plot. Well, talk about the next one, balloon port. Which here is, if you're the owner of the balloon, you can fly in it to go to any square you like. Basically, it's like Card 57, which is pick any square you want to warp to, but it's just you're gonna ride your own balloon port to go to the square you want. So basically, you can pick any blank shop to buy, you can go to the bank, pick any suit you want to land to, or pick any event square in the map to land on. It's the player's choice to decide where he or she wants to land. You have the choice to pick any square in the map. There are no restrictions. And then for the players that don't own the balloon, they just gotta buy a ticket to ride. Now, interesting enough is the price is actually 10% of the owner's salary, which it doesn't mention, but I actually found that out. So here, like, buy it. Now, see, so it's at 42. Pretty much this is 10% of Peach's salary. So if I were to go to individual standing, go to Peach. You go at the bottom left, you see her salary is 420. So you see 10% of it is 42. So yeah, basically, as the owner's salary increases, the balloon port increases his entry fee. But the thing of it is, you shouldn't worry about paying balloon ports that much. They're never going to be like really that expensive. It's more the use of the owner to ride it in square he or she likes. It's not for really offense like a checkpoint that can rack up money and then circus tents that can get money when expanded and such. And, oops, gotta choose roll. And, oh, this is funny, everyone rolled a 4. And now, Signal 4 runs to the 4th option, which, gosh, is the tax office. This is, like, this is an OP vacant plot here. So here, if you own the tax office, you get to receive a tax rebate of 5% of your net worth. So pretty much you get bonus money. But if you're a opponent that does not own it, you will have to pay 10% of your net worth to that owner. Pretty much, this is like pretty much the most offensive and defensive way to earn money with a vacant plot, other than the 3-star shop. And I guess the circus tent, because technically you don't need to invest in the tax office; it's just already set prices. So I'm going to build it here and now demonstrate. So, since Mario owns the tax office and Daisy, Luigi, and Peach are opponents, it will actually show a price on how much you must pay your taxes. Which it doesn't show at the top right, but it shows on the ground. So you see it says 120, which is 10% of Daisy, Luigi, and Peach's net worth. Well, technically, specifically Daisy, since it's Daisy's turn. But when it goes back to Mario, it actually will not show a price for him because he's the owner, so he wouldn't even have to pay his taxes whatsoever. He gets 5% of his net worth, and that's it. So, on to the next vacant plot. It's going to be a home, where if you own the home, you can invite everyone to a party. As in, you will bring everyone to that square, to your house. It's like card 95. It's a card 95. But the requirement is you have to land on your house to force everyone to come to your square. Pretty much, this is more of like a disruptor vacant plot. Since this will pretty much no matter where the opponents are, he or she will be forced to come to that owner's house when he or she lands on it. So like they could be like pretty much like if a house could be like on the far end of one map and someone's on the other end trying to get like a suit, and if the owner lands on his or her house, that person will have to suck it up and go to that house and literally trek back there to get his suit or suit. I mean, and then there's still more, and there's even more ways it can disrupt too. There's like one where you can like use it on an island, bring everyone to you in the same island, and pretty much they may be trapped there. And then an extra thing could be you can always make a house in an island, and let's say you own the island. Then by bringing everyone to your house, then those three opponents will have some fun time trying to get out of that island away from your whole dominated island, and such. Saying it's a way you can like mess up people, and there's more ways you can mess up people in this game more than the one with a house. It's best for the owner to land on it, not really for when opponents land on it. As here, as the game says, you hastily buy a gift from somewhere. Now, how much is the gift? It is actually the owner's level times 30 gold. So, like, since Daisy's on level 1, it's 30 gold times level 1 for Daisy. So, getting a gift for Daisy will only cost 30 gold. And then if she's on level 2, it will go up to 60 gold, and then so on. So, like, earning money from people in a house is not really worth it. It's more worth it when the owner lands on it to bring everyone to the square. Again, as I said, it's more of a disruptor for the owner to disrupt everyone else. Like, the other people, it's just like one of those pocket payments, which can, like, kind of add up in a way, but it's still not as devastating as, like, a checkpoint, circus tent, tax office especially, and again, balloon ports cost more than a house. Anyway, see if we can get another Vacant Plot, which we can. So now we're on to estate agency. We're here. This is like more of one of those convenient Vacant Plots where if you land on it, you're able to pick any shop in the map that no one owns yet. So like unlike balloon ports, where balloon ports, if you were to pick an empty shop, you will have to use the balloon port to go over to that square and buy it yourself. But estate agencies, you get the luxury to just stay on the estate agency and buy it from there, and then just claim it in your color. So pretty much, no travel. You don't get to travel. You just buy the shop. But note, it's when no one owns a shop, as in, no one owns a shop. Like, if all shops have an owner, then the estate agency will be useless, and nothing will happen when you land on it. It'll just say there are no more shops available to buy, and your turn ends. So pretty much, this like, estate agencies may last long, but sometimes it doesn't last long. For the owner, that is. Now, for opponents, it can last forever, because when they land on it, the person's shops will all close for a turn, as in it will take a break, like the moon square, and then basically that person cannot make sales until his or her next turn to open up the closed shops. So like pretty much making a estate agency for your opponents is more like another take a break square. So like basically now, like from Peach, Daisy, and Mario's perspective, pretty much there are like two take a break squares. This one, the natural one, and then Luigi's estate agency. Now last one we have is the 3-star shop, but I'm going to actually cut until I show you when it's best to make one. But instead, I'll show up the description instead. Let's see if I know. Okay, here we go. So 3-star shop is pretty much you make a shop that actually costs money. Yes, basically that's like enough said. You basically landing on it, you get to invest in one of your shops or the shop itself. And then here, if you don't own it, you just pay it like a regular shop. So it's a regular 3-star shop, but the difference is how much you can invest in it is beyond. It's actually crazy, especially when you have 2 or more shops in the same area. Like when you have a 3-star shop alone, it doesn't really stand out. But when you have 2 out of 4 and beyond, it actually is. You can invest an insane amount. But again, it costs 1,000 to do so, and I'm gonna say it is not even worth it to buy it early game. It's actually worth it when you have a lot of stock. Which from here, I'm gonna go ahead and cut, and then resume back until I actually have the opportunity to renovate one of them. Okay. Well, I guess I could show this clip off since I actually managed to land search. So here's what happens when you land on it. This is what the text appears. It'll tell you, make the big top bigger for 100 gold. Then the thing is, you can choose, if you don't want to, you can always say no to not use 100 gold to invest. But if you do say yes, this will happen. So yeah, the value's going to rise by 100 gold. And then it's going to rise up to 500 gold for a ticket. So it's going to be 400 gold rise in prices, and then the max cover will go to 200. Also, the stock price will rise when that happens. So now I'm gonna go ahead and clip out until I can get to renovating. Okay, after a lot of turns later and such, and buying vacant plots, I finally managed to get everyone to have over 150 stock in their own areas. The reason why is because, again, this is showing you like how renovating to a 3-star shop is more beneficial than building one from scratch. But before I talk about renovating 3-star, first I'm going to talk about the renovating vacant plot. Basically, you get to pick any vacant plot of your choice, and then you get to renovate it into any of the other ones. Pretty much, if you were tired of the one you have, or you decided it may be better to change to this one for the situation, you can always change it. Beware though, the fee for selling it is 150, meaning you have to pay 50 gold in net worth to renovate. Well, that's if you're doing one of these. For the 3-star shop, you're gonna have to pay 850 ready cash and net worth. Well, actually, yeah, technically that too, but. Well, actually, no, not when you. Well, yeah, 850 when you renovate. But when you have stock, you don't have to worry about the 850 net worth decrease. So here, I'm going to go ahead and switch to home to a checkpoint. It's going to ask you, are you sure you want to replace it? Because again, you're going to have to pay 50 gold to do so. So yeah, when you change it, so you see. Peach paid 50 gold in her net worth to renovate her house into a bloom floor. That's one thing. Now the next thing is renovating to the 3-star shop. Now I'm actually going to show how each one varies in the situation. So I'm going to actually renovate this one to a 3-star shop. Show you the difference between when you renovate a 3-star shop with a dominant area versus a solo area. So here, whenever someone renovates a 3-star shop and that person only has 1 shop out of 4, this is the price. Also, the stock price will rise. You see, it will rise drastically, almost. Yeah, it went up by 9. So, in a 1 out of 4 situation, your 3-star shop will only cost 200 gold, and the max capital is 500. Now, I'm going to change it back. I'll change it back afterwards. But now, here's what happens if you were to change it in a 4 out of 4 or dominant area. And you have stock. So you see, it costs 1,000. Also, with stocks, Peach earned a lot. Peach earned 1872 gold. So you see the difference, how renovating it, you basically don't earn nothing, you just make a shop. And also, in a 4 out of 4, the shop costs 1,000 gold, and the max capital is 9,000. Yeah, it's very insanely high compared to just a solo shop, right? That's amazing. But this is if you have all the 3 other shops that goes with it. Now, when it's Daisy's turn, I'll show you what happens when you have a 2 out of 4. And renovate one of them, and then Ouija, and then I'll do followed by Ouija and then Mario, but doing other tactics. So now I am gonna renovate back the first shop to get some money back. is you do gain ready cash when you choose one of the minor ones. So I meant to say yes to that. Whoops. Also, if you ever renovate a 3-star shop back to one of the other ones, yeah, the stock price will fall back down accordingly. So be mindful of that. But there is a way you can keep the money and avoid losing the stocks, but I'll do that as another character. So in the meantime, let's go ahead and roll. And give nothing to last place because I have negative ready cash. Yeah, 10% of negative 793 equals 0. And now the game's gonna recognize the shop you built, and it's gonna say it rises in the shop value, the prices, and the max capital. Now you do have to sell stocks afterwards, so be ready for a crash and be ready to see a stock crash. But don't worry about it if you have a ton of stock, because you can see I still have over 150, so I can still invest and earn a lot of money. And then remember the rule too is when the stock price rises, the trend goes up too. So when you renovate a shop, it does increase. But actually, for Mario's sake, though, I still want to see him pay this 1,000 and lose his stocks. So here's another thing you can do. So actually, here's what happens when you build one in a 3 out of 4 situation. So I want to make sure he gets money so he can afford Peach's 1,000 in case he lands on it. So the shop here, when you make a 3-star shop in a 3 out of 4, the shop price is at 500, and you can invest 3,000 for capital. So yeah, pretty nice thing, pretty nice right there. But I'm going to do a different tactic with Mario, where rather than just renovating one shop, you can always renovate your vacant plots consecutively. But be mindful, this is pretty much a rare thing to see in the game because standard tour maps do not have these many vacant plots consecutively, really. This is more of a free mode, so this is done easily. So here's what happens if I renovate another one. You can renovate as many times as you want to and gain the stock price. Just and see, look, I get even, now I'm 35 gold. And then, yeah, I've actually yeah, for Mario, we'll show him we'll do consecutive renovations. This is what happens. See, you just keep boosting the stock price up. Just remember, you're going to have to sell that stock, though. But don't worry, you won't sell as much. So that's if you do not pay anything big. As in, if I were to pay 1,000 a Peach, then I would have to sell a lot of stock. And then now the game's going to recognize the shops you renovated. And now you got to sell some stock. Except I'm going to be under 150 since I did renovate a lot. I put myself in deep negative. But you can see my net worth is way higher than this is Mario. Now for Daisy, I can show off now. I'm going to show off what happens when you renovate in a 2 out of 4 situation. But again, I don't have stocks here, so I'm not going to gain anything. So here, the shop is 250 for prices, and the max capital is 1,000. So pretty much, it's not too bad. I mean, not as bad as the one solo shop, but compared to you see 3 out of 4, you can invest a lot more, and then in a 4 out of 4, a ton. Now for Daisy here, I'm going to show off what happens when someone can actually invest on the same turn while renovating. And just go ahead and switch it back, get some money back. So here, go ahead and just build one. Except, actually, did I put myself at the goal? Okay, good. Because the thing is, if you put yourself at the goal when you renovate, you do win the game. But yeah, I'm gonna have to roll from here with Daisy. As you see, I put a ton of stock in Daisy's area. I was able to do that as Daisy. I just kept getting lucky with her. Let me look at that, 427. it's rare to like get so much stock and then renovate. Let's see, can we do? Okay, here. So we're gonna get on my blue port and do like, here's what happens when you land blue port. It'll ask you for a ride. Which, funny is the fact that the game will ask you, would you like to take a ride? As in, you actually can say no and not move anywhere with the bloom port. But again, I want to demonstrate how investing works. So we'll just slide this checkpoint. So like, pretty much this is like another way to raise your stock price. Like, not like Mario's where you just make multiple 3-star shops. But instead, it's you make one and then you invest. Now watch Daisy earn a lot more money. Yeah, look, she earned even more than 4,000. But again, you do have to sell stocks, so keep that in mind. And now let's compare out the goal. Now, lastly, for Ouija here, I'm going to show. Here's a trick you can do with renovating, and then it's a way you can like just make money and then earn ready cash. Hey, first, how much stock does Ouija have? 179. So we're just gonna go ahead and. Here's how. This is one trick you can do: is just renovate all your shops in the same area, or your one vacant plot shop. I'm gonna do all of them as Ouija because just to show off how much ready cash you can earn. But note, what I'm going to do, but keep in mind, by doing this trick I'm about to show you as Ouija, this means you're gonna have to lose all your stock. So here, so let's say you want to keep it 79.15, right? Well, here's what you can do: just simply sell all your stock. Now you see how ready cash is like at over 4,000, and then the next thing you have to do is thing is, if you want to do ready cash, if you want more ready cash and you want to rebuy your stock, you will have to do this. You have to basically change them back, de-renovate them from a 3-star shop to something else. Because again, no, you see the stock price is going to drop each time I renovate 3-star shop. This was the reason why I sold all my stocks, was to avoid going nowhere. But you can see I'm just gaining ready cash with Ouija. Also, you see I'm making the stock price go back down to normal where it was before I renovated, so basically I can rebuy all the stock there easily. So you see he's back down to 9 gold. So basically, I can if I can get the chance to run to the bank off this Ouija, I can just stockpile and do it again, and then get the gold. But again, the challenge is I have to rebuy all the stock there. Not like Mario's where he still has his shop and his stocks. And then for Daisy, again, she invested after renovating, which gives you like a super deal money, like a combo for money. And then for Peach, I just showed you when you just renovate without investing at all. Now, since Daisy has to go, she's one away. I can go ahead and do these final turns. And then also, right, your renovated shops will show you what happens when they drop in value. Actually, no, they won't. Never mind, my bad. That's because it was a circus tent, right? Now for Peach. And I'll have her make money too. Like after the pretty much this is pretty much what I've just shown. I just showed the many things you can do with renovating a 3-star shop. Like those are like the 4 tricks I've seen and I commit to in the game. So it's just building one and then ending your turn. And then Mario's is just consecutively renovating. But again, consecutively renovating is pretty rare. Like most of the time it'll be like Peach, which is doing your vacant plot. Again, not all maps have multiple vacant plots in the same area. Like they hardly do actually, unless you play free mode and edit the Vacant Plot rules. And then Daisy I showed was renovating and investing, and then lastly Ouija was renovating and selling all your stock, and then changing them back. But again, that's for making the money. That's like for like making money. Actually, I think Peach can win the game if I do this. Let's see what happens. Because also, when you make 3-star shops, the salary does go up. And, oh no, I didn't make the goal, but also I don't have... This one has when you don't have enough money to buy stocks. Alright, let's see what Mario does. Now I can put him at a goal. And now, since I'm at the goal as Mario, here's another tactic you can do, is when you're at the goal and you have enough, like when you reach the target amount and you know your level up will push you at the goal or you have over the amount, a trick you can do here is sell all your stock so that way no one can hurt you or no one else can hurt you when they sell 10. It's pretty much like a solid way to like make victory, since you know Mario is already at over 10,000 the goal. So if he just levels up, he gets the goal. If he goes under, or Mario just runs to the bank and just win the game. But yeah, it doesn't matter since here someone win as Daisy. And then with that's pretty much all the Vacant Plots explained. Yeah, from checkpoints down to 3-star shops, and I showed you in here. I've showed you 4 methods you could do with them. Though I will mention this one golden rule for them is when it comes to making a 3-star shop, never build one at the start of the game. I would say it's highly recommended you renovate one of your other 200 value Vacant Plots into a 3-star shop once you own like at least 150 stock or above. I would say you could renovate with 90 stock at least or 99, but if you really want to earn a lot of money through renovating it alone, then I recommend 150 stocks or above. Which again, as you saw, I've done for mostly all of them, like except I think Luigi had 137. Because yeah, I struggled with Mario and Luigi for money, while Peach and Daisy it was like an easy job. And then, well, this has nothing to do with it, right? But well, here's the rise of renovating. But again, mostly it was Daisy that reaped the rewards because she had 427 stock. But as you can see, that's what I demonstrated is how much money you earn through renovating, as each stock amount matters. From having a huge amount to having at least, like as I say, at least having above 150 or more. And then yeah, pretty much, and these stats don't really matter. Well, I mean, it matters for the game, but not really for like anything else, for like the sales and such. These are all through the Vacant Plots before the 3-star shop. So yeah, so now with that, that's all I have on Vacant Plots, and then how on pretty much building what each one does, its benefits, it's what it does to opponents, and then the 3-star shop. Basically, I showed how to earn money. The 4 ways you can earn money through renovating to a 3-star shop with stocks, and also the 4 variants of it in a 4 4 shop area district. No, I said 4 shop area district. Like, I do not know the exact amount for others for like a 5 shop district or a 6 shop yet. I mean, it may be shown as I play the tour, but I'm not going to really go into those. As I think the 4 out of 4 for Peach and Daisy was supposed to demonstrate how broken it can be. And technically 3 out of 4. While, again, 2 out of 4 and 1 out of 4, they're okay, but having most of the shops to you in the area, but renovate a 3-star shop is broken. Especially when you can do like a combo, like especially you can do like the renovate invest combo like I did as Daisy. Yeah, that is actually very deadly. And then for Ouija's method, Ouija's method, that's if you just want to make ready cash on hand, and then just redo the method. Again, you have to redo the steps to like earn more money, rack up money with the renovating and sell the stocks, and then renovate them back to standard vacant plots. And then you just reap a lot of ready cash. While Peach and Mario, there was just the basic way where you can do them turn by turn, or you can just do them all at once and just earn the money with that amount of stock before you have to sell some of it. So yeah, a lot of detail. Yeah, there's a lot of tricks you can do with renovate to a 3-star shop. But who knows? But I will say it does help save. It does save the game. It does save the game. Or I would say it is a lifesaver. As I played the tour, I may most likely need to rely on it sometimes to win the game. I mean, there are many times I had to renovate to a 3-star shop with a lot of stock to win games. As pretty much do not count that strategy. I'm gonna say consider that strategy. Consider the 150 plus stock renovate to a 3-star shop strategy. So there's like in case you ever need to earn a lot of money in this turn in succession. Or make your shop, or pretty much make your area be a opposing, be a super threat with a super huge shop. So yeah, I'm going to go back to child screen because this is the multiplayer. See what the hand's going to tell us. Invest capital on your low shops to not be bought out. Until next time, we're going to be going into Castle Trodain Tour Edition without all the vacant plots, as in, it's just going to be shops only. So yeah, and then we're going to see how well I do as the first standard game. That's actually nothing but shops to begin with. See ya.